Welcome, welcome to the stream. Happy Halloween! Or should I say, HALLOWSTREEM? How y'all doing today? I'm mostly just streaming for myself. Whether we get an audience in here today or not doesn't really matter to me. But today, we will be giving a new game a try. You can already tell by the title of this video. Here I am. Oh. That is weird. Some spookies going on. Hang on a second. Doesn't seem to want to capture my card. I wonder if something's preventing the capture card from doing its job. Because I saw the preview and it seems to be paused on the re-engine thing here. I don't know if you guys see that too. Give me 1 second. Let me try adding it as a new source. Doing some live editing here, folks. Weird. Let me see if unplugging the HIDMI, or the HDMI, and replugging it does anything. Or if I just unplug the capture card altogether. I really don't want to have to restart the stream though. Although I may have to. What? Okay. Okay, everything's unplugged. And plugged back in. There we go. That was weird. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Thanks for the disclaimer. I was worried there for a minute. Okay. Cam on. There we go. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Oh boy. Wait, can I? Okay. I got audio. I was worried for a second. I'm like, where's the... Is there supposed to be some... You know... yuppie, fun music? I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I've maybe seen like 2 or 3 videos of this game, and I don't remember because it was years ago. But it was finally out on PlayStation Plus, and I thought I'd give it a try. This is the Doki Doki. Which edition is this? Literature Club Plus, so it's in the name too. Awesome. Okay. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Oh boy, I've certainly experienced both those things in my life, but not actively, so it should be good. Would you like to review detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the setting menu at any time. Let's not do spoilers. By playing Doki Doki Lit Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating, your region, your consent to exposure to highly disturbing content. I agree. Oh boy. Let's get ready to get scared. Okay. All right. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air, like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. I'm gonna turn my headset volume down a little bit. Hopefully that is still audible for you guys. Watch there be like a freaking jump scare. Hey, Benjamin Aaron, welcome to the stream. I just saw your comment. I was messing around with my settings for a good while there, but I think we're finally up and running. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ah! I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Hooks. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. So am I a dude, or I guess it doesn't matter, right? It could really apply to anything. But if you did wait for me you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Hooks, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with, whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Mood! Big true. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't let me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you were just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's gonna make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. I wonder how this story would have panned out if I had just, ignored her and gone over to the anime club. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I mean, who wouldn't? I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Girl 2, seriously? You brought... Okay, so I am a boy. I guess I have to be for this story. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Hooks, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Okay. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Yep, such is the case with anime sometimes. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says quietly into my ear, then she turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Hooks. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. Don't short sell yourself, Hooks. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come on, sit down, Hooks. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Is that the first decision in the game that'll define my relationships? Who do I sit next to? Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next. Okay, I don't get a choice in that. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal it as a... When are we gonna read something? I thought this was the literature club. I'm making such a big deal over these freaking cups. These better be some cupcakes. A dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Okay, that's pretty kawaii. That's pretty cute, I'll be honest with you. And I am wearing the cat ears today, so it's fitting. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monika, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaky glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This was really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Okay, so she's the tsundere? Is that the term? Where she's like, you know, not into you, but, you know, secretly crushing on you. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you baka. Dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set she carefully places. Okay, so it's a tea party. In front of each of us before sitting down at the teapot next to the cupcake, you keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. I'm sure she is. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the Lit Club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Were you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and, publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting in all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like a festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Let's see how many of us make it to graduation. Right, everyone? Yeah. Well, do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Hooks, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, I could just say manga, right? That's the closest thing to anime. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. True. Honestly, like my real self. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the remote for teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build a deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh boy. And I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for something I can relate to on a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. Okay, the fourth wall break in this game. I like it. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. You look like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes are your poems. Everything you do is just cute as you are. Slides up against Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. So I'm flirting with them all. Can I How do I auto... There we go. No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches. Oh, this is too fast for me, never mind. No. No! Okay, you must be willing to open up about your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share one to the class together. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Hooks? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Oh no, they all look disappointed. Are they gonna kill me? But, I'm sorry, I thought, Hooks, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Famous last words. Alright, Ben, have a good night. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You did scare me for a moment. You really just came here for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. That's exactly why I came here. And that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next morning, the next meeting, so we can all share. I'm getting tired, guys. I know I've barely been streaming for an hour, but I'm already barely been streaming for half an hour, and I'm already feeling it. Ugh. Monika looks over at me once more. Hooks, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, these girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Hooks, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart to the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most out of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay. Big board, do you think your favorite club member will like something? Good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Let's pause here real quick, guys. I will be right back. Daydream. Imagination. Games. Anxiety. Fantasy. Memories. Destiny. I wonder how these keywords are going to play into the dialogue options later, or into the responses later. Because I don't know if this is like a traditional dating sim, if you have to like choose between different things, or if it's you come home, write a poem, or write something, go back the next day, and then see the reactions, etc. Amazing. Special. Assistance. What's the achievement? That's funny. Massacre. Let's go pink. Hi again, Hooks. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, hahaha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Hooks. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into the literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ah, she likes manga too. Finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. True. Big true. I agree with that. Don't worry, guys. Hooks has always given his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Hooks can become good friends too. Sayuri. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayuri. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal, when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting any of this in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I'll look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and listen to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs. Well, we can't give up. This festival is our chance to show everyone what the literature club is all about. Problem is, the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her oh my goodness. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh? That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Aha, good thinking. Natsuki, we would love that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Ooh. Is it the first jump scare? Feeling my vision, I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have the napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah? I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up just one time? That's a secret. I knew it. Come on. I just give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Huh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need to brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look at your bow. It isn't straight either. Am I negging her right now? Is that what's happening? And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe the stain off with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Unfortunately, I really don't care about that. You meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayuri. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Huh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better you look, once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Ugh, boy. Okay. It's so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it would be to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Huh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it. Stupid. It's okay. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? Oh boy. Is this going where I think it's going? I've seen enough anime to know where this is going. Struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you buttoned it, you would have noticed it sooner. It doesn't fit you anymore. Why are you smiling about? It means my boobs. Okay. Alright. Don't say that out loud. Anyway. You look so much better now, so, why does it feel to see Sayuri's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayuri unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Sayuri puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep the unbuttoned, then it won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. And if you take care of me better, then anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So, maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayuri. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay!
Hooks, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. Just randomly picked letters. Not letters, words. Oh my goodness. I am feeling tired, you guys. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayuri still... I mean, a random assortment of letters would still be just as, you know, legible as what I wrote. By the way, do you remember to write a poem last night? Nope. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Me playing this game. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Pull out their poems. So I'm gonna go sheet of loose foam, spiritual notebook. Proof of hers about composition of, those pristine handwriting from what I said. Reluctantly comply as well, reaching in their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? Ooh, is this where I decide who I'm into? I mean, I like Yuri, but I feel like she would be like a fan favorite one. Let's go with Yuri. Okay. I mean, it passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Ugh, I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I can help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. I have to check something real quick. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. Oh, is she like the twist villain or the main antagonist? Does she get really jealous later in the game? I think I remember seeing that or watching that in like some Let's Play. Sorry, I was just checking the stream. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. I am way too exhausted for this, okay. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calmly breathing air, the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I was not thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to... Oh my god. I wonder, would she have said that if I actually got through it quicker? Like, is the game programmed that way, with that in mind? Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it, I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Hooks. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But you told me it... You told me I took too long to read it, or whatever. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think of that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up these things too. I had to adjust in my seat. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Oh, I can't overwrite the autosave. Okay. Okay. I want to play something else, guys. I want to play something more mindless. But it is a work night. So I guess we'll call it here for today. Okay. Well, thanks for joining the stream. And happy Halloween.